me also clay oni halari teninya yikite bakado computer say ponya computer science major le me tamaluma do le college go ni lo to teninya tagi taklo ni mani weda le current education resources KER go ni lo no tagi le yikite ni ko da tagi khote turbo ni computer tagi toro le bakatwe computer say ponya tagi taklo no keyboard bo ni computer Premier domalo computer science ni tale pro ketekito barpa tale prokratinya super ba kami tamile no tabor boni kami weda tapita ma aklu klede pa computer say no software development alula pa ni no iku klesete le klo di to pabude salile me domalo computer science ta pa katinya na patwe won lo Let me introduce myself. My name is Solakapo. I've been working at software development and computer programming for the last 10 years since I've graduated from Indiana University, double major in international studies and computer science. Now I'm working at University of California, and the last 5 or 6 years I've been working in serving the 15 UC campuses. I'm now based in UC Davis. Some of the UC system UC campus are well known, such as UC Berkeley, UCLA, UC Davis, those research institutions. And we also serve in California State University system and also hundreds of other higher ed institution and government organization. And it's growing every day. I encourage our people to study computer science since software is the one that drive all industry that I can think of and all organization nowadays go digital and it's going to grow more and more. And for me, computer science is a knowledge that empower because you are participating in the behind the scenes, the complex system, how the interaction, and it's empowerment for me. Another thing is computer science and who work in CS field are internationals. The talents from international, you will meet and work with people from all kind of cultural background and nationalities. And even you don't work with people directly, you will use the tool and the discussion and the documentation that done by all kind of people all over the world. And it's the future. I think it's economic growth, and the software and all the computing stuff will grow more. And if you want to study computer science or related field, you might want to look out for its related its name in the major in your nearest college. Computer science is an umbrella major, and most nowadays most of the university might offer computer science, but could be some other name in its variation. Could be the computer science, but also be computer engineering. It could be informatics, information technology, software engineering, and many different names in its specialization. When I was in Indiana University, computer science and the programming stuff in offer by two school. The one that I went to is it's offer computer science major is offered by School of Art and Science, and also another school also called School of Informatics. And the basic uh, general requirements, some classes are the same. You take the same class, but as the the years go in the final year and the specialization, it will go to its own school, its own in the final year thematic concentration, the capstone will be different, will become specialized. And computer science is a discipline, but it is also merged with many other disciplines and has its own specialization, its own focus. Software engineering, both, and the network engineering, data science, or either computer that will be combination of computer science and statistics. Data engineering, that's more for uh, working with the engineering the data and like automation and interpreting, predicting the the future based on the existing data, as such as nowadays artificial intelligence and machine learning use heavily use of data, and electrical engineering or network security, mechatronic engineering, that's more for robotic stuff, and sensor, manufacturing engineering. Manufacture now they use heavily use of software and automation, robotic stuff, artificial intelligence. So the machine is doing the work and people are monitoring the machines. And what to prepare for? There will be just some basic foundations of maths and science. For people who might be afraid of maths, but you don't need to be so good at maths in school, in college, for computer science major in anything with computing. You will need to take a math major. So it's good to have a good solid foundation in geometry, trigonometry, algebra. Those solid foundation will help you with another coming advanced uh, mathematics, such as calculus, linear algebra, statistics. These three courses might be requires to study in computer science major. And the class offer in college are a little bit fast and a bit more advanced. So if these classes offer in high school, you might want to take it. So that is easier. You can retake it again in college. It will be a little bit easier for you. If you want to go to really specialize in research, if you really like maths, you can take number theory, graph theory, but these two are not that needed. But it's good to have a good foundation of maths because it's like you need to have an internal knowledge of it so that you know when you work with the uh, sub, computer processing, it's a time limitation, it is hardware limitation, you have to deal with time and space, so it's good to have an internal knowledge of the mathematics. For science, you need some basic knowledge of physics and chemistry and how electricity works. Yeah, advice. My personal advice for area focus will be in artificial intelligence and machine learning. Nowadays, uh, the machine learning field is pretty. It's pretty dynamic and it's growing in a rich ecosystem. There's a lot of focus on areas specialization as well. And for I have written article for introduction to about in introduction to artificial intelligence a few months ago in KER, and we also did a audio for that article. So you might want to look out for that. That could give you an idea about artificial intelligence and machine learning stuff. And introduction might give you some idea and inspiration. Look out for that in KER, current education resources. And if you study in college, even though if you like some specifics, some want to focus on something, you want to specialize, I would say trying to take a variety of courses so that you become a good computer profession, because those of the background knowledge, it's assumed that you already know it when you work on it. You might want to take, if the college offer classes such as network infrastructure and cloud computing. Nowadays, everything's go to the cloud. We don't use hard disk locally that much. Everything's go to the cloud and cloud computing, internet. If they offer electrical, and you might want to take a hardware courses as well. They might be required, and if the and I think data structures are required, and data science more like now the big data, and understanding of it, the knowledge of it, and data engineering. Those are all machine learning, prediction, and if you want to study computer science, you might want to involve in open source. Software community in open source is a true international collaboration. You can start slowly, just look around and look for the project that you are interested in. You can just start commenting, such as like typo from the beginning, and just start contributing. And you will learn by contributing, and you will, as you contribute, you'll learn a lot more from other people, and people will comment on your code. People will give you feedback. So those are good thing to learn. I think a culture of peer review, and also you'll learn to contribute and contribute by learning by contributing. And it's also will give you a communication skill from that participation from open source community. That a big thing in the communication skill is a big thing in the workplace. And create GitHub account. Now the GitHub account is carry more weight over traditional resume. And nowadays it's pretty easy to enter to uh, to do programming. You can just open computer and start programming in the browser. Uh, you can even nowadays you can even program in the cloud. You need a special setup in your computer. But if you want to do like professionally, you'll need something set up locally in your computer. But to start it, you don't need. And languages such as JavaScript, you can code in the browser, on the web. JavaScript is now they become a very respectable language, and it's a rich ecosystem and a rich documentation, easy to learn, easy to improve, and there's a lot of library and tools built on top of it, and people using the enterprise setting already. Another language, general purpose programming language, will be Python. It's used in machine learning, artificial intelligence, data science. So this you can start with these two languages. It might have some learning curve, but it's accessible, and you can there could be, and even these two languages has built a lot of advanced stuff. So you can start with these two languages. For the career prospect, it's in high demand and also high competition. High demand means there's not enough computer profession, or not enough talent for the organization to have their talents fulfilled. And high competition in my workplace and my experience when I work in consulting firm, I have to work with my teammates are all in many part of the continent. I work with my immediate team member in Argentina, and also team member in India, in Philippines, Japan. And some people have their teammate in Russia, but those are different time zones, so I don't have to interact with them. I my immediate team member is in Argentina, who speak a softer tone of Spanish, and they have a different culture, a different outlook to the world, and fun to work with people who speak English as a second language, or maybe even third or fourth. And it's yeah, it's you work with people. Uh, the talent is global, and you compete with people in locally and also globally as well. My current work, I have to. My teammates are also in India, so the talent is you work with people globally, and you might want to look out for organizations that work with a team. And in college, most of the things are very difficult. I computer the course and the class are designed for you to think, but in the workplace, and it's more like a team collaboration. You don't have to do it alone, but occasionally you might to come up with your individual creativity to solve some problem, but mostly team collaboration. And you want to look out for organization that promote team and team that lift in each other, look out for each other. You might want to look out for organization that hold a higher standard and professionalism, and who respect their time, so that you have on your time to do your own thing, that such as on the weekend and evening, apart from software. And I will encourage computer science to it's a future focus. So, but if you want to focus, I'll say focus it. Why? They say it's a T model, such as you have a breadth of knowledge in many area, but one specialization, like a T model, a deep focus on one area. Or you can even have multiple T model or T. So you have a multiple, you have a breadth of knowledge and also a couple of specialization, and you will come and build a complex system. In school, you will learn uh, quite a lot trying to simulate the real world, but you will never had a chance to, such as in the a complex system in the real world, in the workplace. I think because of the cost, because it's possible to simulate everything in the academic environment, I guess. So in the workplace, you have to work with the cloud, the complex infrastructure, and that is you have to. It's a learning thing every day, and it's if you have fun with building complex system, if you like to, if you think you like to explore, you like to, you have a grit to, then it's computer science. You might want to look into computer science. And the most important thing is you have fun what you do. If you enjoy what you're doing, if you like the people you work with, then it's no longer feels a work. And if you don't have fun, then you will burn out pretty quickly. I see. Last week, a friend, my teammate, he said he just his finished his last day. He want to do something more than something else other than software. So you will burn out if you don't like it. But if you like to explore things, you will have fun. And finally, I want to end with the something about computer science and software development. The study of computer science is fundamentally the study of organizing zeros and ones, and from that arrangement of zeros and ones, there's are many possibilities, endless possibilities. In college, assignments are might be difficult, but in the real world, you'll meet with the real problem. Uh, some problem have some deadline the business needs, and you will have to deal with people. The people may be helpful, the people may be a solution, or the people some may be problems. And if you plan to work in software. Prepare to accept constant change. You have to learn uh, new things all the time. People, new tool, new library, new approach, new concept coming in all the time, and people scrap the old thing and a new thing introduced. So you constantly have to learn. You have to read a lot as well, and you have to read and you have to read it fast, such as some documentation. You have to refer to documentation when you use the tool that people build. And another thing is trend in computer development is software development is something like clothing function fashion. Sometimes the idea or the approach, people think it's not good enough, throw it away, but later in next generation people pick it up again because it's become cool again. Sometimes could be a circle, but new things coming all the time. And you need to have a grid to work in software development because sometimes you'll bump into the problem that you have no idea, and sometimes without a grid you will want to give up. It's pretty demoralizing, but if you are persistent you'll find solutions. And if you don't know, you ask around, you might find the answer. And sometimes if a problem that might take you 5 minutes to solve it could take 5 hours or 5 days because you have no idea why the what caused the problem is. But eventually you'll find the solution, and when you find a solution, it's worthwhile. And you don't have to be good at math, so don't be afraid of math. But it's good to have internal knowledge, and like it's anything else, you have a knowledge behind the scenes, such as you have a knowledge of there are 50 states in USA. Those knowledge you don't use it in like software development, but you, those apply when different state have different regulation, different uh, time zone, those kind of thing. So it's the knowledge will be internal. And the fun part for me is in software and computing, majority is minority. You will meet with people, all kind of different people, and they might speak English as their second language, and a diverse culture. And it's a it's an advantage for me as English is my third language, uh, and it's I like to work in a rich, a diverse culture, and it's a fortunate and a blessing for me. So I hope you guys join the computer science and have fun, be successful, and be part of the building the complex system, be part of the change. And thank you for your time for today. W Dukanama Taniai Tagi Taklo Konino, more can be Mulala can be kept W